So for automobiles, okay, for automobiles, what are the structures that we have to, okay, that has to be equipped means it is that is a catalytic converter. When you use the catalytic converters, okay, these catalytic converters are usually made with some expensive metals, having expensive metals, namely platinum, palladium, and rhodium as the catalyst, are fitted into the automobiles for reducing emission of poisonous gases. Okay, so when you observe this catalytic converters, okay, this catalytic converters having expensive metals, namely platinum, palladium, and rhodium as the catalyst. Okay, that means catalyst like okay, palladium, rhodium, platinum, okay, like this, okay, metals are equipped in this catalytic converter. And what they will do means they will reduce the emission of poisonous gases. So this catalytic converters helps in reducing the emission of poisonous gases. As the exhaust passes through the catalytic converter, unburnt hydrocarbons are converted into carbon dioxide and water, and carbon monoxide and nitric oxide are changed to carbon dioxide and nitrogen gas, respectively. So that means whatever the unburnt carbons that are releasing through the exhaust, okay, this unburnt hydrocarbons, when they are passed through the catalytic converter, it will be converted into carbon dioxide and water. It will be converted into carbon dioxide and water, and okay, carbon dioxide and water. And at the same time, if any carbon monoxide is present, that one will be converted to carbon dioxide. And if any nitric oxide is present, that one will be converted into nitrogen gas, which are not that much harmful to the environment. Okay. And next, motor vehicles equipped with the catalytic converter should use unleaded petrol, because lead in the petrol inactivates the catalyst. That means if you use lead petrol, okay, or leaded petrol, what happens? This lead, which is a metal, will deposit on the metals that are used in the catalytic converter, and it reduces the functioning of the catalytic converter. That's why the automobiles, they have to use unleaded petrol or lead-free diesel, so that the functional efficiency of the catalytic converter can be improved. Okay, so that is the importance of this catalytic converter. That means when these catalytic converters are equipped to the these catalytic converters are equipped to the automobiles. Okay, whenever the energy in case of automobiles is obtained by burning the this fossil fuels like petrol or diesel. So if the petrol is not properly burned, that means some hydrocarbons are released, which are so harmful to the environment if they are released directly. So such unburnt hydrocarbons are converted into carbon dioxide and water, so which are less harmful. And at the same time, the carbon monoxide and the nitric oxide, which are also produced, which are also produced during the burning of this fossil fuels in automobiles. Those carbon, the carbon monoxide and nitric oxide are converted into carbon dioxide and nitrogen gas, respectively, so that the less harmful gases are released into the atmosphere. Okay, and at the same time, the automobiles which are equipped with the catalytic converter, always they have to use unleaded petrol. Okay, that is lead-free petrol or diesel, because the lead, which is a metal, okay, when it is present in the, okay, these fuels, when it is burnt, they get released and they are deposited on the metals that are used in the catalytic converter, and the functional efficiency of the catalytic converter is reduced. Okay, that is. And next, in India, the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act came into force in 1981. So that means an act was passed in the year 1981 related to air pollution. That is Air Pollution Prevention and Control. Air Pollution Prevention and Control Act. Okay, it was enforced in 1981, but was amended in 1987 to include noise as an air pollutant. That means before only the related to poisonous gases and all that, but later it was amended in the year 1987 along with noise pollution. That means after adding noise pollution also as a air pollutant, this act was changed and amended in the year 1987. So the noise pollution is also considered as a type of air pollution. What is meant by this noise? Noise is nothing but undesired high level of sound. Okay, that means that is undesired high level of sound. Generally, the human can hear the normal sound up to 80 to 100 decibels. Okay, beyond that, if a person is exposed to high levels of sound for a longer period of time, it leads to death. Okay, it leads to deafness, and finally it may lead to the death of that person also. That's why this noise pollution is considered as a very effective air pollutant. Okay, that is, and we have got used to associating loud sounds with the pleasure and entertainment, not realizing that noise causes psychological and physiological disorders in humans. Okay, that means the noise pollution, if a person is continuously exposed to this high level of sounds for a longer period of time, okay, it causes psychological as well as physiological disorders. That means psychologically, okay, it may affect the psychological and it also affects the physiological. Okay, in case of human, the bigger the city, the greater the noise. Okay, that means because if the city is big, more number of vehicles are running. If more vehicles, more industries are running, as a result, what happens? More sound is produced. Okay, and more noise is created. So a brief exposure to extreme high sound level, that is 150 decibels, are more generated by takeoff of a jet plane or rocket may damage eardrums, thus permanently impairing hearing ability. Okay, that means if a person is exposed to sound at higher levels, that is about 150 decibels for a longer period of time, okay, just like the plane, okay, the takeoff of a plane or the takeoff of a rocket, okay, this one will create a high level of sound of 150 decibels. If a person is exposed to such a high level of sound of 150 decibels for a longer period of time, it may lead to permanent deafness. That means he was not able to hear any sound. Okay, that is it. And next, even chronic exposure to a relatively lower noise level of cities may permanently damage the hearing abilities of human. Okay, even, okay, that is not only 150 decibels, even a person is exposed to 100 to 120 decibels continuously for a longer period of time. Okay, in case of, especially in cities, who are living in the cities, they will be continuously exposed to 100 to 120 decibels. Okay, in that case also, for that chronic, that is a long period exposure of a little bit low noise also may impair the hearing ability of the person. Okay, that is, noise also causes sleeplessness. That means if a person is continuously exposed to high level of sound, then it leads to sleeplessness, increased heartbeat, altered breathing pattern, thus considerably stressing humans. That means if these are all, okay, because of the lack of proper sleep, okay, and next because of the increased heartbeat and a change in the breathing rate, all they cause some stress to the human, which is very, very important. Okay, considering the many dangerous effects of noise pollution, okay, considering the dangerous effects of noise pollution, can you identify the unnecessary sources of noise pollution around you, which can be reduced immediately without any financial loss to anybody? Okay, that is, okay, if any unnecessary noise pollution is created around you, try to reduce immediately, so that, okay, it may not affect the people. Okay, reduction of noise in our industries can be affected by use of sound absorbent material or by muffling noise. We can see here, in case of okay, theaters or cinema halls, we can observe the walls are covered by the wood, which will okay, because if they are not covered with the wood, the walls, the concrete walls, okay, because of the high level of sound that is produced from the theaters by the speakers that are present in the theaters, it may cause the cracking or the breakdown of the walls also. So to prevent that one, the walls are covered with some wood or some other, okay, soundproofing materials. Okay, that is called muffling. Okay, that is even the, okay, we can observe the growth, okay, growing of trees on the sides of the roads. Okay, the sides, okay, the trees which are grown on the sides of the roads also act as soundproofs. So that is, so the noise pollution is the very, okay, drastic air pollution. So stringent following of laws laid down in, okay, that means some strict rules, okay, some strict laws or strict rules have been laid down, okay, to reduce the noise pollution. Okay, like a delimitation of horn-free zones around the hospitals and schools. That means if any vehicles are moving around the hospitals or schools, they should not use the horn, okay, which are having high ones, and the permissible sound levels of crackers and of loudspeakers, and the timing of which loudspeakers can be played. Okay, the loudspeaker, you can observe, okay, even